Illini, Austin Berkland from the Armchair Illini podcast, and this is my rapid reaction of the Illinois last-second win over USC. They tempted fate. The two turnovers and USC marching down the field and securing that touchdown. But then Illinois had 1:55 left for magic to happen. The running game showed up in a big way. Luke Altmaier targeted the freshman defensive back, and there was a pass interference penalty, and Illinois came out victorious. Phenomenal work by this defense. Phenomenal work by the offensive line today. USC was the leader in sacks going into this game in the Big Ten, and Luke Altmaier had took that one big hit. But that was it. That was it for the Illini in terms of sacks. The Illini were able to move the ball. There was, 170-ish yards on the ground by this Illini offense. And then these wide receivers, Colin Dixon, great job. Justin Bowick, great job. Hank Beatty, good job. This offense was clicking on all cylinders whenever you need it the most. After that embarrassing loss to Indiana, you show up in a big way right now. And you look at this Illinois reputation, it is back. It was sullied last weekend, and now we can breathe again. College football playoff is back on the menu for Illini fans. And guess what? This is a huge momentum-shifting win for Brett Bielema. This shows how Brett Bielema can coach a team. Will there be a clunker or two? Absolutely. But guess what? The Illini are able to bounce back, and Brett Bielema showed up in a large way. And this was a USC offense where whenever I talked to Connor from USCFootball.com, he was very confident that the USC Trojans would be able to move the football in a authoritative way against the Illini offense and against the Illini defense, And Maava looked kind of pedestrian. The USC offense looked decent. They didn't look like world beaters, and I credit a lot to that Aaron Henry. I credit that to the Illini defense. They kept everything in front of them, and kudos to the wide receivers of USC. They had a phenomenal game, but it wasn't enough to win the football game. You see performances like that by the USC Trojan wide receivers, and you think, oh, man, is this going to be like a 45-point loss like last week? But no, it wasn't. This was a performance of the ages for the Illini. This was a high-caliber win. You gave the homecoming crowd what they wanted. REO Speedwagon was back. The Illinois fandom was insanely large today. I was in the tailgate lots, didn't make it into the game. But the Illini fans showed up. The Illini fans were loud. The Illini fans had all the energy. The Big Noon Kickoff team and the college football show from Barstool Sports. Credit those guys. A lot of them picked an Illini victory by multiple touchdowns, and the Illini showed up in a big way. Like I said, this is a performance that we're going to remember for a very long time because USC came in undefeated. USC came in with all the firepower in the world to make this a game that Illinois should not win. But Illinois' defense and Aaron Henry, I give them the game ball. Luke Altmaier was phenomenal. 3 touchdowns, throwing one, running one, and catching one as well. But this defense, with the firepower that Maava has, to be able to win this game in front of your home crowd, it was just amazing. I can't believe what I saw here. David Alano had the ice in his veins, didn't let it affect him. Good snap, good hold, good kick. Illinois wins in a large fashion, and this sets up Illinois for a very good season. You have a tough game against Washington and Seattle. You have a game against the USC, against Ohio State, at home. But this is still a very good Illini football team, and if you watched my press conference reaction video, I said that the Illini, that Brett Bielema was crazy for saying that a lot of these were fixable mistakes. And you know what? He was right. They were fixable. They did fix a lot of the errors. They got healthy in the secondary. Xavier Scott, I know, is out for a while, but the secondary was healthy enough to get the win today. Jakeem Clark had a great game. You would like a little bit more from Tanner Heckel, of course, but the Illini did what they needed to do to win this game, and the defensive line of the Illini were pretty darn good as well, keeping the running game of USC at bay. I mean, the list goes on of how many great things that you can talk about with this Illini win. And I think the moral of the story here is that injuries can pile up for a team, and it can cause chaos. USC had some injuries. Their center was out. Their left tackle was out. And then in the secondary, later on in the game, they had some issues. That's why the pass interference took place. And you look at this Illini defensive back room against Indiana and Bloomington, it was very decimated. It was a game that they looked so terrible in. But whenever you're healthy, you're able to bounce back. You're able to have a scheme that you practice for. You know where you're going to be. You know how to play your position. You know what your matchup is going to be. That makes all the difference in the world for this Illini team. And I cannot be more proud of Brett Bielema. I cannot be more proud of the players in that locker room. There was a lot of national buzz, and not in the good way for this Illini team, but they were able to stay in that locker room. They were able to focus on their next mission. They were able to keep their reputation, and I think that's very, very valuable. This isn't a Illinois football program that's just going to roll over anymore. This is a football program that's going to be able to win the battles. They're going to be able to keep going in the face of adversity. I cannot be more proud to be an Illini fan. I cannot be more proud of this bunch, and like Josh Whitman said, we will win. There was a field rush. I know we're ranked on ranked, but hey, go ahead and rush that field, Illini fans. It is well earned. It is a homecoming win against the USC Trojans, a team that in the majority of the history of this matchup, the Trojans have had the Illini's number, but not today, not on September 27th, 2025. The Illini win on a game-winning field goal. The Illini overcome their own mistakes with the 2 fumbles, and the Illini were able to pull out the victory over this tough Trojans team. And it just shows that coaching matters. This shows that the Illini are able to do what they need to do to get victories. I don't really know if this is a college football playoff team, but it is definitely back on the menu. This is a college football team that is going to be able to do what they want to do and go where they want to go. So ILL, I, like, share, and subscribe to the Armchair Illini Podcast Network. I'll be breaking this game down more with Kirkland this week. I'll be breaking down Purdue, and we'll talk a little basketball as well this upcoming week. It's going to be a fun week for Illini football and Illini basketball coverage for Armchair Illini. And be on the lookout on Monday for an Ayo Dosunmu interview that I had with him. So ILL, I, subscribe to the Armchair Illini Network.